Hello friends, Stop Solutions. So now we'll continue the further session. Today we'll read about stupa architecture. First, what does stupa architecture symbolizes in Buddhism? So let me tell you first. Stup is not something very new. ये हमारे यहाँ वैदिक टाइम से बनते आ रहे हैं, right from the Vedic age. But इसका expansion at large scale started in Mauryans, right? So it is not something new, it is way before Mauryans. So now object of worship, right? So स्तूप का use, firstly object of worship. स्तूप में पूजा किया जाता है. We all know this, right? Sankin, the repository of remains of Buddha, means जो स्तूप है उसमें जो बुद्धा के जो relics हैं, जो repositories हैं, remains वो रखे जाते हैं. It also symbolizes death of Buddha, right? Stupa symbolizes death, but obvious यहाँ जो remains हैं बुद्धा के वो रखे जाएंगे तो it symbolizes death of Buddha, right? So yeah, कुछ कुछ स्तूप्स पे ऐसा engravings भी होता है, right? If you remember in the last session we talked about engravings जो kings करवाते थे on those pillars, तो same kind of engravings present here also. So उन engravings वो किस लिए कराए जाते थे या उनका क्या सिंबल होता था? So Buddhist themes like image of Buddha, उस पे बुद्धा के इमेज होते हैं, image of Bodhisattva, scenes from Jatakas. Now what is Jataka, right? So we believe in Buddhism before Buddha himself, there were previous births of Buddha, right? So in those previous births, जो भी stories होती थी of those Buddhas, they are known as Jataka stories. So in these engravings, Jataka stories were also there. Apart from that, scenes from Buddha's life were also there. Okay, wait a minute. Let me clear all this. Okay. So apart from that, the folk traditions like animal figures, lotus, trees, etc. were also there. Like why folk tradition? जैसा कि उस टाइम पे जो भी आर्किटेक्चर बनता था, जो भी आर्ट बनता था, तो इन फोक ट्रेडिशंस लाइक जो रीजनल ट्रेडिशंस जो होते थे उनमें सब में एनिमल के फिगर्स या नेचर, ट्रीज, फ्लावर्स एक्सेट्रा से उसको डेकोरेट किया जाता था. So same like that, these were decorated with animal figure, especially elephant. Okay, now why elephant? Because in Buddhism, elephant symbolizes birth of Buddha. Okay, so that's why elephant figure, lotus. Lotus also symbolizes birth of Buddha. Okay, apart from that, trees also. So these kind of things are also engraved. Okay, so as we know, there are different sects of Buddhism, right? Like Hinayan, Mahayan, etc. They later emerged different sects. So in Mahayan Buddhism, Buddha was defined and came to be worshipped, right? So in Hinayan sect, only symbols of Buddha is worshipped, right? There's no worshipping of image of Buddha. No, it's not allowed. But Mahayan Buddhism defined Buddha and also worship it as human being, right? So this is the basic difference between Hinayan and Mahayan. So here This is the image of stupa, Sanchi stupa, famous stupa, built by Ashoka. So this is the shape. Started with here. These things, these elongated things are called torans, toranas. These are the gateways, gateways to enter. And there are 4 toranas, right? एक इसके पीछे. उसके बाद ये डबल स्टेयरवे होता है ऊपर जाने के लिए, right? This is upper level walkway. This is dome, the whole structure, dome. Apart from that, this is हर्मिका. हम हर्मिका के ऊपर छत्रास, एंड ये जो डंडी है, डंडी, इट्स कॉल्ड यस्पी. और ये 1 2 3 सबको मिला के बोलते हैं छत्रास. Okay, so this is the whole shape of stupa. And this here, if you can see this thing, प्रदक्षिणा पथ, राइट? क्योंकि जो स्तूप का बेसिक शेप होता है, अंड, अंड जिसको कहते हैं, दिस डोम शेप स्ट्रक्चर. ओके, दिस इज बेसिक. एनीथिंग और एवरीथिंग कैन बी चेंज्ड हियर. नो दिस, तोरण भी नहीं होगा या ये कुछ भी नहीं होगा, बट दिस मस्ट बी देयर, राइट? सो इसके अंदर होता है रेलिक्स, रेलिक्स ऑफ बुद्धा और उनके कुछ फॉलोअर्स का. ओके, उसके आजू बाजू होता है ये प्रदक्षिणा पथ. जैसे हम टेम्पल्स में यूजुअली परिक्रमा करते हैं भगवान का, इन द सेम वे हम बुद्ध भगवान का यहाँ परिक्रमा करते हैं. ओके, सो नेक्स्ट. ओके, लेट मी टेल यू वन थिंग मोर. दीज छत्रास, छत्रास, 3 छत्रा जो होते हैं, व्हाट दे डिपिक्ट? बुद्धम, संघम, धम्म. ठीक है, जो 3 प्रिंसिपल्स हैं बुद्धिज्म में, बुद्ध, संघ, धम्म, उन तीनों को ये डिपिक्ट करता है. एंड दीज तोरणास, 4 तोरणास depict the 4 noble truth. Okay, if you have read about the religion part in history, you must have read about the 4 noble truth of Buddhism. So these 4 toranas depict them. Okay, yeah, this is one more diagram. These are the same features: dome, toranas, and the elevation. Okay, chhatra, harmika. So yeah, जो engravings I told you before, वो यहाँ होता था, in these or sometime here also. Okay, so this is the bird eye view plan. बीच में this is and this is somewhere Pradakshina path, and these are the torans. Okay, so let us read this. The spherical dome symbolizes the infinite space of the sky. The dome is called as and or egg, which I told you about. जो बीच का पोर्शन होता है इसको and बोलते हैं, and what it represents, the infinite space of the sky. Dome is a solid brickwork, 36.60 meter in diameter and 16.46 meter with height. A large hemispherical dome which is flat at top and crowned by a triple umbrella or chhatra on a pedestal surrounded by a square railing or harmika. तो यहाँ पे ये इसका बात, राइट? सेमी सर्कुलर और फ्लैट ऊपर से जो होता है, this thing, then harmika, then chhatra. Okay, a railing enclosed called vedika which is about 3.35-meter high, leaving an ambulatory passage or pradakshina path with the gateways. Okay, so this is what I was telling about Vedika. ठीक है, यहाँ से आपका प्रदक्षिणा पथ जो होता है usually 3.35 meter. Upper ambulatory passage Medhi from the ground and 1.8 meter wide. Ground से होगा 4.87 meter high. So this is your Vedika hole, this is your Medhi, and the middle portion will be the ambulatory passage. Getting? So ये obviously ये ground से attached होता है and this part is at a certain height above the ground. The height of Medhi is 4.87 meter high from the ground. There are 4 gateways known as torans, which I talked about. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 torans. At the cardinal points of the campus toranas built by ivory or metal work. So ये usually किसका बना होता है? Metal or wood also. Okay, actually पहले in Mauryan age mostly woodwork was considered good. So उस टाइम पे जितने palaces भी होते थे those were made of wood. Later they were replaced by stone work and metal work. So same goes with the stoop also. Okay, next. Yeah, again this is a more clear view. Okay, so here the chhatra, हर्मिका, enclosure wall जो बाहर वाली होती है, right? वेदिका which we call. Then मेढी, this is मेढी जो ground से 4 मीटर around ऊंचा होता है. Then toranas, look, here are the engravings you can see, right? Okay, so this if you can see is the elephant figure, right? And then and egg which we call. Okay, I hope you got it clear. So next we'll read the timeline of stupa. Stupa in ancient time represent a unique form of architecture. So as I told you before, जो स्तूप आर्किटेक्चर है वो वैदिक टाइम से ही स्टार्ट हो गया था, राइट? ट्रेडिशन began in post Vedic age. Ashoka built stupas in Sanchi known as Great Stupa or Stup number 1. Okay. Later more stupas were made in Sanchi, Takshila and Sarnath. So okay, let me tell you a story first. How these stupas made in the very beginning, right? Okay, मान लीजिए ये कोई साधु जो यहाँ प्रेयर कर बैठे, हमारे यहाँ दिखाते हैं ना लाइक प्रेयर करते हुए. तो धीरे धीरे व्हाट हैपेंस, मौसम जब चेंज होता है, धूल उड़ती है, तो बहुत सारा ऐसे ऐसे कलेक्ट हो जाता है बिकॉज वो लोग बहुत देर देर तक कॉल तपस्या, राइट, वो करते हैं. इट स्टार्टेड लाइक दिस डोम शेप्ड स्ट्रक्चर बनना शुरू हो जाता है. So these structures called as stupa before. Okay, so later they got famous because of Mauryan Empire and especially Ashoka period. So Ashoka ने जो बनवाया सांची पे स्तूप, it was also known as Great Stoop, स्तूप number 1. Okay, so if you know then सांची में भी जो स्तूप है वो एक नहीं है, right? वो 1 2 3 4 in this manner. So स्तूप number 1 is considered as Great Stoop. Okay, उसके बाद स्तूप बने सांची में, फिर तक्षशिला, सारनाथ etc. It is believed that Ashoka made somewhere 85,000 stoops. I don't know if it is true or not, but yeah. Okay, so stoop architecture reached its zenith in post-Mauryan age. Okay, so start हुआ वैदिक एज में, एक्सपेंशन इसका हुआ मौर्यन एज में, बट जो जेनिथ पॉइंट होता है ना एकदम टॉप लेवल, it started in post-Mauryan age. Important stupa constructed during this period were Stup number 2 in Sanchi built by Sunga rulers after Mauryans. Okay, so as I told you, स्तूप सांची स्तूप एक नहीं है, it is four in number. So second number स्तूप was constructed by Sunga rulers after Mauryans. Stoop at Peshawar by Kanishk. Kanishk, if you know, Kushan ruler, right? So he made a stoop in Peshawar. Stoop at Bharut by Sunga rulers again. Stoop at Amravati by Satvahanas. So in Deccan region, Satvahana's kingdom was there. Okay, if you have heard or read about Gautami Putra Satkarni, right? There is a movie, famous movie also, South dub movie. If you feel you can watch that also, you'll have a more clear idea about that. So, Stoop at Amravati by Satvahanas. Stoop at Nagarjun Kond by Ikshvakus. Ikshvaku rulers were in Deccan region again, but they were after Satvahanas. So this trend began to decline in Gupta age. So it started in Vedic age, right? And then it went on and gained momentum in Mauryan age, especially during the time of Ashoka, and then it developed more in post-Mauryan age, in Sunga's time especially, and then it began to decline in Gupta age. So that was all about stupa architecture. Now we will come to read about cave architecture, right? Cave, gufa, which we call. And if you know कि गुफा से हमारा नाता पुराना रहा है. In stone age जो लोग थे वो गुफा में केव में रह के वहाँ पेंटिंग्स एंड ऑल क्राफ्ट्स करते रहते थे. So that we will read in painting section, right? So here we will read about mainly architecture. So there were two kinds of cave architecture. First is natural, second is human-made. In human-made, rock cut and cave arch. In human-made also, there were three kinds of caves architecture. First, viharas, second, chaitya, and then cave temples. So viharas. Viharas means caves where monks lived. Viharas means a place where monks lived. Okay, then chaitya. Chaitya associated with Buddhist worship. Okay, in chaityas, in caves, if these are chaityas, they were prayer halls. Okay, big prayer halls. So they were mostly associated with Buddhist worship. And then are cave temples, right? These were mainly associated with Hindus. So later I'll tell you the examples of this also. Uh, okay, one interesting thing that in present time our state Bihar, the name of this also comes from Biharas, right? Okay, so timeline now. First caves were constructed Barabar Hills, Bihar. Okay, that's why the name Viharas and Bihar. Okay, so then caves were constructed by Mauryan king Dashrath in Nagarjuni Hills, again Bihar. Those caves were very simple, having almost no ornamentation, no pillars inside, having two chambers and characterized by polish. So उस टाइम पे जो केव्स बनते थे, they were very simple. Like कुछ उसमें एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्नामेंटेशन नहीं था, कोई पिलर्स नहीं था, और सिंपल से दो चैम्बर्स होते थे. लाइक इफ आई ट्राई टू मेक इट, या दिस द एंटरिंग चैम्बर एंड दिस इज द प्लेस. अब अगर ये विहारा है तो यहाँ पे मॉन्क्स रहेंगे, और अगर ये चैत्या केव है तो यहाँ पे वर्शिपिंग हो जाएगा, राइट? बट दे वर टू चैम्बर्स एंड कैरेक्टराइज्ड बाय पॉलिश. So polish, if you remember, Ashokan pillars, they were polished, and the same kind of polish यहाँ मिलता है. These are inscriptions in some of these caves which give information that those caves were donated to Ajivika monks. Right, this is donated. I'm sorry. Okay. So उसके ऊपर inscriptions होता था, जैसे pillar inscriptions होता है, जैसे stone पे inscriptions होते हैं. In the same way, caves के ऊपर inscriptions होता था, जिससे ये पता चलता था कि किस किंग ने बनवाया, किन मॉन्क्स के लिए बनवाया. सो इनसे जो बिहार में, इनसे ये पता चलता है कि वो आजीविका मॉन्क्स को डोनेट किए गए थे. नाउ व्हाट इज आजीविका? Ajivika was a religious sect, a heterodox sect, which emerged in post-Vedic age. So if we know, in post-Vedic age, different sects emerge, and these sects, uh, later two important sects in which Buddhism and Jainism, they converted into religion. But apart from that, there were around or more than 50, 60 sects were there. Okay, so Ajivika sects was one of those. Post-modern age witnessed large-scale development in the field and many caves were constructed, right? So सेम पोस्ट मॉडर्न एज में काफी सारा स्तूप आर्किटेक्चर भी डेवलप हुआ एंड एज वेल एज these caves were also constructed, right? So there were two areas of cave construction during this time period, Odisha and Maharashtra. Later shows more development. That means Maharashtra, Odisha में भी development था, Maharashtra में भी development था, but जो major areas of development था बाद में महाराष्ट्र में. The caves in Odisha, examples, Udaygiri, Khandagiri, those are basically Jain Vihara caves. Now you understand Jain Vihara. Vihara means stay. Okay. Constructed by King Kharvel. तो ये किसने बनवाया था? King Kharvel. Some important caves are Hathi Gumpa, Rani Gumpa. So these are the name of the caves. The famous cave Hathi Gumpa inscription gives description of King Kharvel. So King Kharvel जिसने ये बनवाया, हाथी गुम्फा जो इंस्क्रिप्शन है उससे ये हमें पता चलता है. Important sites of caves in Maharashtra: Warle, Bhaj, Nasik, Junar. The caves of Maharashtra are highly developed and ornamented. काफी ज़्यादा development, as I told you, and ornamentation was also there. They are characterized by pillars also, and these are Buddhist viharas and chaityas, most constructed under Satavahanas. Satavahanas, which I told you, in the Deccan region. Okay, before Ikshvaku, Satavahanas were there. So construction of caves continued in age of Vakatakas. They constructed more caves in Ajanta. So, okay, in Maharashtra, there's a place called Aurangabad, right? So वहाँ पे दो caves, Ajanta and Ellora. Okay, so Vakataka rulers made more caves in Ajanta, more caves. Okay, construction of caves took place in Guptas also. They constructed caves at Udaygiri and Bag caves in MP. Okay, so there are two places in MP where caves are very famous, Bag caves and Udaygiri. Okay, and one more fact, that Ajanta and Bag caves are also called as sister caves, right? Because Ajanta also and Bag also, these both are Buddhist caves. I mean, there were Buddhist images and Buddhist paintings. So they are basically dedicated to Buddhism. So, okay. Ajanta and Bag caves are also famous for paintings. So that we will read in the painting section. The cave building on the rock cut arch continued in post-Gupta age under Pallavas, and these caves are Hindu temples, popularly known as mandaps. And these are both Saivites and Vaishnavites. Okay, so जो केव आर्किटेक्चर था वो पोस्ट गुप्ता एज में भी कंटिन्यू रहा, स्पेशली अंडर पल्लवाज रूलर्स, राइट? एंड पल्लवाज ने उसमें क्या बनवाया? हिंदू टेम्पल्स. Okay, and so if you have read about temple architecture a little bit, so you must know the southern temple architecture में जो initial phase में जो temples develop हुए, the whole temples were called as mandapas. Okay, so this we will read in the temple architecture section, but here if you understand, these caves were known as mandapas. And these caves were both Saivites and Vaishnavites. Saivites, the followers of Shiv, and Vaishnavites, the followers of Vishnu. Most important site is Mamalapuram, also known as Mahabalipuram. Okay, so important site Mamalapuram, जिसको महाबलीपुरम भी बोलते हैं. Okay, there's a question for you guys. Why Mamalapuram or Mahabalipuram is famous? That is event related to Indo-China relationship, right? So if you know, please write in the comment section. Okay, now come to Ajanta caves. As I told you, the two most famous caves, Ajanta, Ellora. So there are total 28 caves here. Paintings in six caves, very famous. Cave number 1, 2, 9, 10, 16, and 17. And there are four chaityas: 9, 10, 19, and 26. Okay, so chaityas means there must be worshipping hall. So in 9, 10, 19, and 26, worshipping were done. So there were ornamented facades, means ornamented gates, beautiful pillars, I mean pillars inside. चैत्यास हैं तो pillared hall है, and engravings of Buddha and Bodhisattva. Okay, okay. If you don't know Bodhisattva, so Bodhisattva is someone who help others in attaining what we can say, Kevalya, right? Okay, Gyan. Keval is famous Jain term, but still we can use it here. So Bodhisattva, एक person खुद से वो प्राप्त कर सकते हैं, लेकिन they choose to help people, help others to attain nirvana. Right, the term is nirvana. So now the Ajanta caves are double storied. Okay, so caves, double storied cave. Okay, there are the few examples, few images, all from Ajanta. So this is the pillared hall which I was talking about. This must be from the one of those Chaitya's caves. Okay, and this is the painting, famous painting, very famous. So here's the famous painting of Padmapani Buddha. Okay, so this will read in detail in the painting section, and all these are Chaityas. Okay, now we come to Ellora caves. Ellora caves are 34 in number in Aurangabad in Maharashtra. Right, same place, around 50 or 60 kilometer away from Ajanta. So built by Rashtrakuta dynasty. So these caves mostly built by Rashtrakuta dynasty between 5th century and 10th century. The Ellora caves are a confluence of Hindu, Jain, and Buddhist ways of life. So these are more kind of secular, right? Because as we know, Ajanta caves and Bag caves, they were both mainly Buddhist cave, right? But in Ellora, all three religions were there. So there were 17 Hindus, 12 Buddhist, and 5 Jain caves. And among them, famous Hindu caves are Dhumarlena, Rameshwara temple, Dashavatar temple. And interestingly, these Jain caves were named after Indrasabha. Okay, so here's a question for you if you guys are interested. So you will have to tell me what the number of caves of Dhumarlena, Rameshwara, and Dashavatara. Mainly, you will have to find out the number of caves, right? Like cave number 1 is what, cave number 2 is what. So you have to find the name of these caves and write in the comment section if you feel. Okay, so these are the famous sites, famous images of Ellora caves, right? If you can see, these are Hindu caves, okay, and the Jain caves, right? So that's it for today, guys. If you think this session was worth watching, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.